Hi, I'm Sandra Smith. I'm here today to promote my charity fundraising for the Army Benevolent Fund.
Now, Sandra, you have been quite active in fundraising for the Army Benevolent Fund, haven't you? When did you first get involved with them?
Honestly, it must have been 10 or 12 years ago when I did lots of charity stuff for different charities, and my sons were doing a marathon, and we done it in aid of the Army Benevolent Fund. I've done others as well, but then this particular time when we do the Frontline Walks is about 6 years ago. I done my first Frontline Walk.
So why then? What made you want to support the Army Benevolent Fund and do these walks?
Mostly, I think, because my husband, we met in the army, and he served in the army for 15 years. And then my oldest son, Andrew, he served in the army recently for 15 years and has been out of the army nearly 2 years now. My youngest son, Tony, he only served 4 years, but it brings home all the stuff, about the army and veterans, and I just got interested and decided I'd try it. And then I can't, it's a bug. Can't stop.
So the Army Benevolent Fund itself then, you've obviously gotten to know a little bit about them sort of over the years. So what do they actually do?
So they support veterans, past veterans, serving soldiers, past soldiers, their families, in all kinds of different ways. It's actually really unbelievable how many people and what things they do for them. Things like helping the family if the dad of the family got injured or worse, then they'd help the family to get on their feet again, the mum and the kids and what have you, and put them through school if they have to, and there's just so much people don't realise.
You mentioned these frontline walks then, so tell us a bit about them. What does it involve?
Yeah, right. It's there's a group of up to 100 people in the week, and we get on the coach at the barracks in London, and we go to France, and we stay in Arras the first couple of nights, 3 nights actually, and then we walk around the battlefields of the Somme and Passchendaele, and we do 100 kilometres in 3 days. We start at Loch Naga crater. We start there on the first morning and we do a loop, end up back at the hotel, and then we do the second day loop around a different part of the Somme, different battlefields, different monuments, and then on the last day we actually end up at the Menin Gate in Ypres, which is amazing, absolutely amazing, worth the 100 kilometre walk. You're all tired, you're all emotional, and you just, it's amazing. And then they do the last post at night, every night at the Menin Gate, and we go to the last post, and then it's party time.
So it's quite emotional then.
Yeah, absolutely. You walk down the street in Ypres to the Menin Gate, and you're marching in twos. And one of the soldiers is marching you in, how they shout. And everybody comes out the shops and the cafes, and they're clapping and cheering, and it's just so emotional. It's brilliant experience. And you've done a good thing.
And you've done this a number of times, haven't you?
Yes. This is going to be my 5th walk in October of this year. I mean, you've got to fundraise hard. It isn't easy in this day and age. People are struggling with their prices of electricity and what have you, and they're struggling with the food prices, and everybody's struggling. So now I have to think of imaginary things so that people don't just give me £2 or whatever. They actually in with a chance of winning something, or they can buy something from me. I do all kinds of things, so people are not just giving me money, that actually I'm earning their money before I even start the walk.
So obviously, you don't just do this by yourself. There's other people you do it with. What sort of people have you met over the time?
I've met some of the most amazing people that you could ever imagine. They are more like family than friends, and we meet up. Other than this, to practice, sometimes we meet up at other places and we do it all together. And there's more males than females. However, most of them are served or serving in the forces, mostly army, but we do get a couple of Air Force and Navy. And they've all got such great stories to tell, and they're so kind. They look after me because I'm old. And it's like a big family walking together, and we all help each other. So if some struggle, with blisters and things, and some of us don't. Everybody helps each other, pulls each other along, and if you're feeling a bit, I can't do this, they're there to make you do it. It's great. And we have historians that tell you all about it, and it's so interesting, but it's also very humbling, what these men went through, and women, I suppose, and animals even. But what they went through was, it's actually unbelievable. You can't imagine it. And we walk where they walked, and we stand where they stood just before they were killed, some of them. And it's very humbling.
Oh, I can see why it is very moving, obviously, talking about it even. Have you got any idea how much you've raised over the years?
I know exactly. For every walk, I've had to raise 1,250, on top of entering and all that lot. So I've done 5, and it must be up to, I think it's nearly 10 grand altogether. But what I do is, I'm a bit thrifty, shall I say, and I keep a little pot of money to the side that I make charity stuff, and then when I've got my money, I normally stop on my side, and then I help the ones who are struggling, because some people can't do the things I do. I'm retired, so I can do all the coffee mornings and the car boot sales or whatever. Some people can't because they're working, and so I just help everybody else then to get their targets, which I enjoy doing. The friends.
Fantastic. Well, listen, we wish you all the best. Is there any way that we can follow your progress with this walk?
They can get in touch with me on Facebook, on Sandra Smith, or on Lily Smith, and Lily is spelt the Manx way, Lille. I'll tell you what, I will keep in touch, and I'll send you some pictures of us, and especially getting my medal at the end at the Men and Gate, which is the best feeling ever.
Oh, Sandra, it's so lovely talking to you, and all the very best with the walk, and obviously raising this money as well. It's a fabulous cause.
Thank you very much.